I am excited to present this beautiful $8 million custom home located in one of Toronto's most desirable neighborhoods, listed by one of my favorite agents, Barry Cohen and team. This house has so much to offer. I can't wait to show you everything that's going on in this property. Let's go through together. As you can see, this is the front entrance, and just looking at this beautiful metal door that's probably just about 12 foot high, located in this alcove of double height ceiling, and you have this beautiful light fixture on top of us that has really created an impact because everything is white with all of these beautiful paneling and finishes going throughout. Then you have this divider done in metal. But what I love most about this is the fact that it's not so closed off. It's very open concept. So when you walk in, what you see is your living room and formal dining room to your left. And on the right, you have your really elaborate office. So this office really set the mood for the rest of the house because when I first walked in here, there was nothing here, but all of the details put together really set the mood for the rest of the house. These finishes have carried through from the beginning of the house all the way throughout. So you have this gorgeous stone floor, you have all of the metal work throughout, and I want to show you something. These doors right here are absolutely fantastic because check them out. I mean, you guys go out and I am going to close this up and show you what an impact this makes. Check this out. This is pure custom work. And when you're doing a custom house, you want to make sure that you are doing and creating something that is different and something that people are actually going to love seeing, like what we have here. Guys, this wall unit is a work of art itself. You have all of this geometric shape, really powerful design that they've created here between the wood finishes and the metal finishes that was in the door coming into the office, in your front entrance. It has created a dramatic effect in this office where it could have been very boring with white walls. Well, no, you have this beautiful wall unit here that we accessorized with our pieces, keeping it neutral, going with the colors of the house and the styling that we did, the blacks, the whites, the golds. We didn't want to bring in too many colors to make it look too noisy and too busy, so we kept it neutral. This desk here was custom built for this house. This is not one of our styling pieces. This desk was here when I came in, so all I had to do was really just accessorize around it. And I love the fact that it's super long. It has kind of like this industrial finish on it. On top, it looks kind of like a concrete type of look with the wood at the bottom. Again, keeping up with the finishes of the office, and they've kind of used it around the house to keep everything more uniformed and balanced, and I love that. I feel like when builders create something different, like this house, it makes the job of the stager and the real estate agent so much easier in the selling process because they've already created something so beautiful, and we just kind of have to accent it and, you know, play with what's here. Look at this light fixture. This light fixture is absolute perfection. I've never seen this light before. I find it very cool. It's industrial looking, but yet very simple at the same time. It creates a lot of interest. It's like a work of art in this beautiful office. And then what we have on this side, where they've created a focal wall, it's really interesting to me the way that they played with mirrors kind of like bronzed mirrors, and this frosted glass here has really created a lot of dimension in the room and a lot of interest, I would say. Aside from the custom door that you walk in through, then this really well-designed wall unit and this focal wall, I mean, putting them all together in one space, maybe one wouldn't think that it would work well, but now you have it. The finished product turned out absolutely perfect. Few steps up, and now we're on the main floor. This is an open concept living room and dining room, and what I love most about one of the design details is the fact that they've done the chevron flooring hardwood throughout the main floor. So it's really continuous from the beginning all the way to the end. You don't have the cutoffs, which makes it look seamless and adds to the open concept design of keeping up with clean lines. This is perfect. Guys, this is our living room area here, and you will notice, again, there's a lot of details for me to show you. You have this design with your windows, you have the white walls, but it's not boring because they have added so many details here on our future wall with all of this paneling. You have the fluting here at the bottom. They've kind of done like a division of, I would say, about a quarter up, and then on top here you have MDF white painted, but again, it's not boring because there's so much details on this one wall itself. One of the other features I really liked about the living room was the fireplace. Guys, simplicity all the way. Like, I mean, everything is so simple here, but once you put all of the features together, it has created a beautiful story. And this fireplace is one to really take note of, because what they've done here is you have MDF, and I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but there's MDF, and then you have a few staggered type of design with the stone, and then you have your fireplace. And I know how these days everyone's kind of going with that modern linear fireplace. Well, not here. They've used the traditional fireplace, but have modernized it with the different elements and designs that's surrounding the fireplace that has really created an interesting point. I love this wall. It's carried through from the living room all the way into the dining room. Check this out. First of all, let me get into talking about my newest piece in our inventory. This is Mini Peanut, and we had this custom made for this project, which I think turned out so fantastic. Guys, check this out. We have the boucle fabric on top. Check out these cute little legs that it has at the bottom. It's a little bit smaller than our usual peanut that I know everybody loves so much, but a little bit of a different kind of a kidney shape. So coming out of the peanut, going a little bit more rounded. It fits a lot of spaces where we do open concept. That's why I thought it'd be a great piece to add into our inventory. And we did them with our round coffee table, 2 barrel back chairs done in black, because again, we were keeping up with the black theme and the white theme and kind of like that bronze finish. So our living room is not overly done with furniture, just a few pieces covering the main areas and have really come together very nicely. And now going into our dining room. So we have about 11-foot ceiling here, which is more than the standard house that we usually stage. The average house is probably about 9 feet, going a little bit more up to 10. This is 11, so this really gives you that feeling of airiness and openness, and I love that about this house. Everything is so grand looking. And speaking of grand looking, check this out. So continuing with our paneling on the one side, then we come to this side of the wall, and you have this really cool hidden door that I am going to try to open. There we go. And this takes us into the servery area, into the kitchen. We have the fluting design carried through on this wall. I love the fact that they did a seamless paneled wall here, and this really has created a lot of depth in the room. Again, not everything is white, and we finished it off with our sideboard, some accents on the sideboard, and obviously for a house this size, $8 million, you want to be able to show at least 8 chairs around the dining, and we did that with a glass top table, bringing in some of the brass and the bronze and some interest with our accessories that has really given it a pop. And you'll notice we haven't put up a lot of artwork in here because there's already so many details happening on the walls. This is one of my favorite pieces we use. Again, bringing in all of the color combinations going on in the house already into one large canvas art piece that has really created an impact. When you walk in through the front door, you see this against the white wall. It's really nice to do something like that, create a lot of interest, and kind of set the mood for the rest of the space. One of the other interesting rooms of this house is the design of the powder room that I want to show you guys because it's super cool. But before we go there, I want to get into some of the details happening here in the staircase because you all know I love the staircase designs when they're done really well, and this one is done to perfection. You have a mixture of different materials. So we have the glass, obviously, which makes it look very airy and seamless and modern. But then when you come here, you have all of this fluting kind of going from the basement all the way up to the second floor, which has created a lot of design interest. The other thing that I noticed, and it's something different that I haven't seen before in any other property we've styled, is the fact that they've mixed a lot of different materials just in the staircase itself. And that is the use of glass. You have MDF, which has kind of given you that plaster staircase look, which it's not, it's MDF. And I'll tell you something, I feel like it could be a lot more manageable to do it in MDF than in plaster because MDF is a lot easier to maintain and clean. And then you have the stairs here, which are done in wood. So you have a combination of glass, MDF, and wood stairs. And that itself has created a lot of interest, which I think is super cool. Just standing on this angle, looking at this view, you can tell the builders put in a lot of effort into bringing something really nice to the new homeowners. Okay guys, let's go over to the powder room. Over here, you have a guest closet. And again, it's done in all custom cabinetry, which is really needed for an $8 million house. And voila, our powder room is super moody, and I love that. You guys know powder rooms are one of my favorite areas to design, and I actually look forward to seeing the powder rooms of each home I go into because it kind of gives me insight as to how much detail they put into their project. Because if their powder room's boring, I feel like not enough's been done. But this one is pure perfection. So you have wall-to-wall stone throughout, and the stone is gorgeous because it's black, but it has a lot of the white veining, really nicely book matched, and I like that too because that shows good workmanship. Then you have the floor in a black and white design, really interesting because the floor design has broken up all of the darkness that's happening at eye level, and it's really lightened it up with this design. And then we have a black toilet, which is also super cool, and we don't see in a lot of properties. So you will notice that there is no pot lights in the powder room, but they do have this one pendant on the side here, which is great because again, this isn't an area where you're going to be getting ready and you need a lot of natural light. So something like this is just enough to give you some light in the powder room. And below the light, we have an integrated stone sink, which is also fantastic and shows a lot of design work done in this house. The only thing that I'm not 100% sure about is the choice of metal here, which I feel like in a black or a brass, I would have loved more, but this has kind of muted the design of the faucet. So taking away the eye from the faucet and turning it into more what's happening in the space, which is also a wise idea and a designer's touch, I would have to say. And another house with an elevator. This shows custom. I'm going to call the elevator and I hear it coming. I want to see what's inside. The past few homes that we've done, there's been elevators, and I'm intrigued to know what they did with the design of the interior of the elevator. Some builders go all the way and they do a lot of really cool designs. This one is not bad either. I mean, you have the same chevron floor. So something I have never seen before in any of the homes we've done is you have these bifolding doors done in metal. So you basically open them this way And what happens is upstairs or downstairs, you will have another entrance. So you can exit this way or you can exit this way. Again, totally custom. I've never seen this before. I'm almost scared to try it because I don't want to ruin anything. But this is a really nice concept and I think it's really functional. So for those who have elevators in your house, this is really cool because that gives you different exit strategies upstairs and downstairs. Okay, let's get out of the elevator and let's go into the family room. And we have another divider here. So this is the same metal divider that we had in the front entrance, carried through into the family room, which is really nice because it keeps up with the design, it keeps up with that interest. Using the same materials and finishes and designs from one side of the house to the other side of the house kind of creates a seamless effect, which is really nice. And I would advise you builders, whoever's renovating their house, to do stuff like that because it brings everything together really nicely. So now we're standing in the family room, and guys, check out this feature wall. This is pure perfection. You have all of these built-ins, which I really want to try and see what is happening inside. So we didn't style these, obviously, because they're all hidden doors. So it's like a push to open. This is great because from the outside, it looks really clean when it's closed, but on the inside, you have ample amount of shelving and storage space for you to store all of your belongings, and nobody else gets to see all of your clutter. And you all know with staging, we don't like clutter, but it's really cool how they took that extra step, and even though it's closed up and you don't see it, there's all this LED lighting done inside, which gives you a nice hue at nighttime. And on this side, I believe we have one more here. Yes. Okay, so these ones are the solids and these two are the glass, which I feel like if we were to open the two sides, you would have a nice design happening. Check this out. This is a lot of shelving, and who wouldn't want a lot of storage space in an $8 million house? Because I'm sure you have a lot of stuff to store, right? So this is our wall unit. Usually the wall units are open concept and we have to accessorize them, but I like this because it looks more clean and it gives it more of a modern look. But check this out underneath. You have this really cool fireplace done in glass. I mean, I haven't seen something like this. This is not your typical fireplace. This looks really cool. It's definitely gas fireplace, which is a good point to have in an $8 million house. The base of the fireplace is done in a black marble, something similar to a Nero Marquina, which is a nice contrast between your light wooden floors and the wall unit. Everything flows so seamlessly together. And then you have your TV area here. So what we did with this space was, because it's open concept to the kitchen area, we thought it would be wise to do a nice sectional here. We did our modular pieces, kept them all together because it is a big room, and we thought that we want to show more seating because $8 million house, you're going to be entertaining, you're going to have kids, maybe, maybe not. So you need to have good amount of seating space. So we have our sectional, we have our coffee table, and then we finished it off with another piece in the corner here. Now I've gone through the whole house, and as I'm talking, I'm noticing more details, and that is our pot lights. I have never seen a house that has done this configuration with the pot lights. They're little round lights, but done in groups of two, kind of scattered around the house. Looks really clean, looks really seamless. I think it's a great idea, and I would like to see it more often in the custom homes because it's not something that you see every day. And one of the other features I really enjoyed seeing here was, if you notice, there's a bulkhead over here, but instead of just a boring bulkhead, they've created a little bit more design interest in putting an LED light kind of going through it, which kind of looks like that was part of the plan and it's supposed to be there. Well, it's not, because bulkheads are supposed to be part of the house, but this extra design work right here, that is genius because it makes it look more interesting. And keeping up with the seamless look that we were talking about, check this out. They have used a different finish on the paneling in the kitchen than the floor, but it looks so nice together and it looks like it's one, but it's actually not. And this makes the space look even bigger than it is because you don't have a lot of different colors, a lot of different elements. It kind of all looks nice and uniform, and I love this look. I want to check this out and see what these are because obviously I did not do this at the staging. Wow, wow, wow. All right, so this is our freezer because it's super cool. All of the appliances are by Gaggenau, which is really high-end and luxury and belongs in an $8 million house. This is our fridge. Guys, check this out. I mean, this is pure luxury. Beautiful finishes in here, all stainless steel with glass. This is really high-end, and you can tell. The name says it all. It's Gaggenau. Oh, and then here you have just more pantry space. I love the amount of storage that this house offers. Again, you have the built-ins by Gaggenau here and more storage space here. This right here. I mean, check this out. Beautiful stonework, countertop, seamless into the backsplash. I love this look. I love the book matching that they've done here. The veining in this stone, it tells a story. It really creates a nice contrast against the finishes that they've selected on top with the black cabinets. Love this look. And then you have some open concept shelving here, which yes, can be functional sometimes, but not so practical. I mean, I feel like in a space like this, I would use more like decorative pieces, white bowls, something very clean looking, and not so much of your kids' cereals and that sort of thing. Those belong in the pantry. You have a really oversized kitchen here, and what I love most about this kitchen is the fact that they've integrated the sitting kitchen table area into the island, and what they've done is they've used the same stone throughout. And I know we've shown you this in a couple other projects, but this one is a little bit more oversized than the other ones that you've seen because it's a larger house. But this is a really wise idea. I feel like it's practical because, again, for staging purposes, when we come to put in a table, it would be another finish, another design, but something like this, it's already part of the kitchen and it just looks so nice and uniformed here. And all we had to do was just put our chairs in, put in some accessories, and really present a beautiful kitchen to all of you. So one of the biggest contributions to all of this light that you're seeing here, natural light, is the plenty of skylights that we have. So this staircase going upstairs to the second floor is really a designer's dream, I have to say, because you have this open concept, very airy space, but then they've implemented a long wall of skylight on this side, and you have another opening here. And this really creates a nice impact architecturally as well, makes the space feel just so open and airy, makes you feel like you're outside. And I love that. I mean, talk about creating interest. You have the open to above from the entrance over here, and this beautiful light fixture that is super cool. I have not seen this fixture in the stores before, and I find it really interesting for this house. It goes really well. And you have these interesting cutouts here. So you have one here, which is again, open to below. And what this does is when you're downstairs, you feel like you don't have a ceiling, right? So you're looking all the way up into the skylight here. It just really creates a kind of indoor-outdoor feel, which is nice for a house this size. And now stepping into the primary bedroom. So this bedroom is actually oversized. You have a gorgeous focal wall here done all in fabric, it's all upholstered, it's all paneled, which makes my job so much easier because it already looks beautiful and all we have to do is really just set everything else up like the bed and the nightstands. But I love their choice of color, and I find this different and a little bit risky because it's not a color that, you know, most builders use, but it has created such interest in the space. Makes it look really designer worthy and custom built. So you have, and it's done kind of done in like a velvety finish, so it's also really nice. The only thing that you have to be careful when you're choosing a material like this is once in a while you got to pet it. So you got to pet it down and make sure that it's all going in one direction and you don't have this look. So Just want to make it look nice and smooth looking. So this is our primary bedroom. We have a king bed, 2 nightstands, and when I said it's oversized, I wasn't joking, because we have a nice sitting area here right across from the bed, and still ample amount of space to walk around, and if you want to put another even accent chair here by the fireplace, which is also a fantastic idea. So something a little bit different in the details upstairs is, yes, they have the fluted look, but it's a different version of fluting. This is the rib fluting, where it kind of does this curved design versus the straight cuts. So this is nice. It's really interesting. Little different than downstairs, creating a little bit of interest. And then you have this wall of windows here, which opens up into your own private little balcony. And I love this because, well, I mean, it's usable in that you can come outside, enjoy the weather, have a glass of wine or a cup of coffee, but it's not enough to put like a sitting area here, which is fine. So this was a fantastic add-on to the primary bedroom. And guys, let's go over on this side. So you have this little division between the primary bedroom area and the dressing area, because now you have your double-sided fireplace, which faces on the dressing side as well. You have a mirror, you have a little dressing area, and then we have the primary closet on this side, but I wanna take you into this bathroom here. Check out this primary ensuite. This is absolute perfection, and you guys know I love a good, well-designed bathroom, and this is one of them. There's so much interest here. I mean, just in the stone itself and all of the veining that's happening, it has created so much interest between the floor and then coming up into the vanity area, and then they've carried the vanity into the wall, which I think is a fantastic idea. If you guys are doing any renovation or building, really consider this, because it's really seamless looking and it looks much more modern and clean. And again, you already have so much detail in the veining kind of going on the surface and up around the wall that you don't need to do that extra material like a wallpaper or another stone finish, because this itself has created so much interest. And then on this side, you have a big, beautiful window, which is really oversized and definitely should be covered with some kind of wall covering, window treatments, because you need your privacy here. You have your bathtub, and then you come into this side, which is quite interesting actually. They've kind of done a divider where the toilet is. So this is like the divider, creating a little bit more privacy for this area. But you know, it's still part of the main area here. And then you have a really oversized stand-up shower, all done in white, because there's already so much going on in the primary ensuite area and the main area that they kept this nice and clean with just some black details in the hardware. Can you guys guess where we are? Well, this space is so open concept and oversized that you probably did not guess that we are on the bottom floor, which is the basement of this house. It's so nice and open and in harmony with upstairs with all of the finishes that they did. Again, the Nero Marquina stone, they have all this interesting design that they've done with the rib fluting throughout the walls, a lot of integrated lights in between the panels. I really love this basement. We didn't style this basement, but let me tell you, there are a few fun areas that I want to show you. Starting with, check this out. I mean, who wouldn't want a custom wine cellar in the middle of their basement? Check this out, guys. This is absolute perfection. Look how beautiful this is. Just creates so much interest, even when it's empty, right? You walk down, you see this big, beautiful enclosed area with glass and black metal. There's not much happening, but it's an upgrade. So if you have the space to create something like this, definitely do it in your custom house, because not only does it look good, but it's well use of space and people will appreciate it. So this doesn't end here, because there's some other interesting areas. Check this out. I want to climb that. I mean, who would not want a fun rock climbing wall in their house? This is my kid's dream. I mean, if I had this in my house, Mason would be climbing it every single day and I'd be having a heart attack every single day. So you have your own ensuite down here as well. Check this out, guys. A cute little sauna. Oh my goodness. Look at this and look at your view. You have a big, beautiful window looking to outside. The weather is nice today, but imagine this just spending your day here or half of your day here or even 10 minutes of your day here relaxing. What I love most about this is this interesting penny round tiling that they did in a royal blue. This is interesting because it's not something that everybody would choose, but it works so well with the finishes here. It creates a little bit of pop of color and contrast and really shows that this space was designed really nicely. And then you have it on this side as well, wall to wall, floor and ceiling in the same penny round. Absolute perfection. Love this area. I'm really excited to go downstairs to the rock climbing area, so let's go check it out. Okay, if I had more supervision here and more help, I would definitely climb this, but my cameraman cannot help me if I climb this up and fall down, because then that means he has to let go of everything and come and save me, and that would not happen. But I really wanted to show you this because I find this really interesting, and I feel like if you have the space for it to create a fun room like this, because there's so much space in the house, is definitely worth it. And it's gonna be one of those things where people refer to this house, oh, the house with the rock climbing wall. Yeah, well, this is one of those features that will get you a lot of attraction in this area because not a lot of properties have something like this. Cool feature, definitely an upgrade and something to consider if you're building a really big house and you have space for it. Go crazy, go wild. Rock climbing wall is definitely a good step. Well guys, before we finish our tour today, I thought to show you outside of this property because we don't get to do that very often. Half the time it's winter and it's cold, and the other half, not a lot has been done on the exterior of the house. But this $8 million house, I told you, is fully loaded, and the backyard is no exception to the design that they've done here. Check this out. We have a lot of space here. The land here is quite large. I'm not sure of the exact dimension, so I don't want to say, but enough that they gave you a nice custom pool surrounded by little pebbles and this gorgeous landscaping here with all these trees that has really brought in a lot of privacy to your space here. So this is not something that you see in a lot of Toronto homes, but the ones that go over and beyond, like the builders did here at Greystone, they did a fantastic job with the exterior. They also gave us a little pergola here. I mean, this area here, you can do a nice setup here with your patio furniture, enjoying your view of the pool and the house itself. This house is really top notch. I love every detail about it. Loved giving you guys this tour, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And if you haven't already, check us out on Instagram at Style with Sanas. And I also want to thank the builders that allowed us to give you guys a tour of this $8 million custom house, Greystone Development. Thank you again. This was our second project together and can't wait to do more. And also the Barry Cohen team for giving us access today. Guys, we'll catch you in the next video. See ya.